Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to this solo podcast of peace. This is the first one I've ever done, but I want to keep these weekly alongside my podcast that I do with Louis. So myself and Louis are going to be releasing one every week without fail because that's got a good response. Granted, I've got a very small YouTube channel, so I'm not expecting people to jump on these and oh shit, Jack's loaded the video. Far from it, but what I am going to do is ensure that I'm consistent moving forward and just put out as much content as I can that you guys can enjoy to watch, and listen to. So I'm going to try and keep these under 30 minutes. I've got loads of questions. I've got 6 questions. What I thought I'd do as well is at this moment in time whilst I'm doing one of these, I could give you a brief roundup of my week. So where I'm at currently, so what's it? January the 26th. Yep. So I've been gaining ever since August the 19th. So was when I finished my last show. I had obviously a bodybuilding prep last year. If you're all new, if anyone's new, you'd never heard of me. My name's Jack. I'm a natural bodybuilder and online coach. So I've been a natural bodybuilder for, well, my first competitive season was last year. I competed in 4 shows. If you can probably see, if I pull that down, some trophies over there. So yeah, competed in 4 shows, got 4 placings, which was pretty cool in my first year. Competed as a lightweight natural bodybuilder, so people I was up against were, way better than me, way older than me, and way just more experienced. But for my first year, I was pretty fucking happy, to be fair, with the results, I suppose. I mean, I was happy at the time. Yeah, looking back, obviously, I would have loved to do better, but it is what it is. I was happy with my first sort of time getting lean, put it that way. So where I'm at off season, I've actually decided to pull back. So this is my accountability to you guys who will be watching this. I'm pretty sure a few of you will, and you'll know me. People who will watch this, you'll probably follow me quite closely on the social media, i.e. Instagram. So yeah, I've decided to pull back after pretty much almost 6, 7 months. I couldn't even fucking speak then. 6 to 7 months of gaining. So yeah, ignore my unable to actually speak there. So yeah, a long time gaining pretty much. I pushed up from 150 pounds to, wow, more like we were talking, I got up to 187, 188 pounds, and if I'm honest, it was a really sloppy look. Really sloppy. I was able to, I'm not going to lie, guys, I got incredibly strong being where I'm at. I am the strongest I've ever been in my entire life. I'm doing stuff in the gym that I never thought I'd be able to do, ever. I deadlifted 190 kilos yesterday. I flat dumbbell pressed the 50s the other day. I back squatted, I've been back squatting 160 kilo plus. I've been hack squatting 4.5 plates at a close stance, shoulder pressing 42.5 kilo dumbbells. Some of the stuff could be tighter for sure. On my 42.5 kilo dumbbells of the day, the range was a bit it was a little bit shit, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna stand in and say I was really happy with it. I wasn't. I would say I came to we're talking. It's here to there. I want to come to about there, really, just below my ears, and then obviously press up. So I'll rectify that for next week. But it was my first time ever touching anything over 40 kilos on a shoulder press, and I went up to 42s, so it was pretty good. I think next week I'll absolutely own the 42s, and then back off to 40s or back off to 37s. That'll be the goal. So pushed up pretty hard. Calories, peak calories were 800 grams of carbohydrates, which was, yeah, pretty awful to eat, I'm not going to lie, towards the end. Fats were anywhere from 75 to 95 per day, depending on my appetite. If my appetite was pretty shit, I'd have more fats, less carbs. Proteins being anywhere from 225 to 275, so quite high. Anecdotally, from me and my experience with protein, I did find that my digestion wasn't that great when I was having 275 protein. I'm just being honest, just from my perspective. I'm having feedings of anywhere up to 50 gram meals, 50 gram protein meals, protein feedings. Digestion just wasn't enjoying it in those moments. So I think, moving forward, I'm not gonna try and venture any higher than 250 grams, maybe even 225, and just keep it there because that's where it seems to work well with. Like, I've reduced that now to 225 from 275, and I have no digestion problems at all. So, you know, I know some people can get away with high protein, but for me, it just doesn't feel great, so I'm not going to be doing it. Anyway, so that's where I'm at. Decided to pull back pretty much like a few days ago. Lost a little bit of weight. I'd like to lose about a stone. To be honest, I'd like to lose a stone and a bit, maybe even upwards of a stone and a half. I'd like to lose 20 pounds because I'm probably not going to compete next year. The more and more I get like into sort of, you know, the gaining phase and stuff, I'm probably not going to. Quite frankly, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I don't feel in a position mentally to compete next year. I actually feel quite scarred from last year's prep, if I'm honest. I don't feel normal still to this day when it comes to stuff like my daily habits and thoughts throughout each and every day. I still wake up and I still pinch my waist every day. And when I used to wake up every morning when I was prepping, and I'd be like, the first thing I'd do was get out of bed, flex my quad, see if it was just still striated, and it always was. And then I'd turn around and see if I had any more glute lines, and I did towards the end. But I don't do that now. But I was very obsessed with, like, when I was prepping, is like just always having my fingers on my lower abs and just feeling how thin the skin was. And I got to the point where it was just skin. I could just, like, you know, and you can just roll it around your fingers where there's just no fat in between the skin. And now, like, you get to a point in an off season where you can actually, I found that I can actually grab a decent amount of body fat. And to me, that's just not really that good. And my stubborn sites, i.e. my back, like when my back got lean, it looked okay, but when it's fatter, it looks awful. So my upper back is a really stubborn body part for me. So moving forward, I'm going to make sure I keep an eye on my stubborn sites, i.e. my back, my lower abs, and my glutes. Everything else is fine. It's my back, my upper back, my lower abs, my lower back, and my glutes, and they're just body parts that seem to hold a lot of weight and a lot of body fat. So the goal is to pull back. I don't know how long for, but as long as I want to pull back for. I've had a pretty good stint pushing up. I've got pretty fucking heavy, and I don't feel great doing it. I'm not gonna lie. Like walking up a hill, I feel out of breath. I really don't enjoy that. I've been doing cardio, but still feel out of breath doing other stuff. I find that my CV, you know, my like, ability to perform high rep sets is poor because my breathing goes, and I just can't breathe after like 10 reps. Like when I'm squatting, we get to 7 or 8 and my breathing goes. Therefore, I have to rack the bar because I feel like I'm going to fall over because my breathing's gone. So I really am like very conscious now of how I feel. Like, could I have kept pushing up? Yeah. But at what benefit? Maybe a bit more muscle, but I honestly don't think I'd be gaining any more muscle after when I got to 185, 186 in this run, because when you get fatter, your ability to build muscle is going to get worse because your sensitivity to nutrients is shitter. You know, therefore, your body's going to be more primed to just adding body fat than it is muscle mass. Like, yeah, I'm training really hard in the gym, and I am. Like, I've seemed to have kind of like built up this new sort of mentality and mindset to training now, where it's like I'm in there to work, and it's like I kind of find it hard training where I train. I'm not gonna lie. I don't get the support that I want, but at the moment where I'm at, which is Brighton, is what it is. But in the future, I'd like to train somewhere where I feel like I'm almost in a community of people where they understand what I'm doing. Cause it doesn't seem like I get that, which is fine. Like, it is fine. Like, when I went up to train in Ultimate Fitness in Birmingham, like the atmosphere in there was like electric, and you could just do what the fuck you can do what you wanted, and you don't get any shit for it. And where I train at the moment, like I just don't get that. So yeah, which is annoying, but it is what it is, and I'm not gonna stand here and complain because it's my choice to still go to the gym there. But I'm not like slagging it off. I'm just saying I don't feel that accepted there, which is what it is, isn't it? I guess like they're not there to cater just for me, so it's fine. Like, we'll see what happens in the future. Like, I don't see myself living in Brighton forever. I really don't. It's quite deep actually, this, but I see myself definitely travelling. I'm in a position now of work where I pretty much, well, I have quit personal training, so I don't have to be in a gym environment or like to earn my money, earn my living. I do all my work as obviously on this piece of equipment here that I'm filming off. I don't know why the quality's so bad as well. Sorry guys, but I'm going to try and fix that for next time. I don't know why. I thought the Mac would be better, but evidently not. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Decided to pull back. Not really hungry, to be honest. I'm not really like hitting macros to the ground. I'm just hitting calories and ranges. As long as I'm hitting my protein and I'm hitting calories, and that's all I care about at the moment. I'm losing weight without having to do anything. So that's the goal. Next year, I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing. Most likely just another off season. But unless I make, I don't know. I have made really good improvements since I finished dieting. Don't get me wrong, but are they good enough to do what I want? Which is when I next compete. The goals for me are win my qualifier, obviously. The goal will be there to place. We're talking, you know, top 3 at a British final level, and for my second year competing, that would be a dream, to be honest. Like, and then after that, the goal will be to try and chase a pro card after that season. So, you know, I've only done 1 season. My next season's going to be a good season for sure. Like I said, I wanna chase some seriously high placings in the British final. And I believe, I honestly, I really believe that I can do that 100%, but I just need more time. I need more time. I know I have the mindset to do it. I know I have the work ethic to do it. I have the knowledge to do it. I have the genetics to do it. Like, my body's responded incredibly well to pushing up and gaining strength. Like, some of the stuff I'm doing is nuts in the gym, and I never thought I'd be able to do that. So I know I can do it. It's just a matter of when. It's a matter of I need some time. But I have absolutely no doubts that I'll do that the next time I compete. Like, no doubts. Like, no doubts. I'll get it done 100%. There's no doubts. I don't care who I'm competing against. I don't give a fuck. I'll get it done. So let's go on to some questions. Oh, Jesus. There's lots of messages on the phone here. Right. So 2 seconds, guys. Let me just get the questions up. So I think there's like 6 or 7. They're quite good ones as well. Okay. That's not the right one. Where is it? There we go. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'll answer this one first. This is from Hamza Life of Fitness. So, question. Let's have a look. When you start, I assume it says when you starting with bodybuilding, how to avoid negative people saying you're too skinny, you're too fat, why do you eat like that? Great question. So I assume when you started bodybuilding, like how to avoid negative comments about people's opinions. This is a great question. This is a superb question. And initially, for me, how did I avoid that? I didn't avoid it. I responded to every negative comment I got, and I gave those negative individuals what they wanted, which was fuel from me. So mistake on my part. Shouldn't have done that. Because you're giving, as soon as you respond, people know they've got you. You've basically like throwing out a rod, you know, going fishing, and then you've just clicked the bait. You know, you've got the bait. They're going to reel you in. So my biggest piece of advice would be, honestly, it may take some time, but you know, there's a few people in your life, I'm sure, that you can really listen to and respect their opinion. And if someone's giving you a negative opinion about, you know, you're too skinny, I mean, what is that? Like, seriously, I don't understand. Like, what is that? Or like they're taking the piss about the meals you're eating. So I genuinely, the only thing I can think of here is those individuals are so self-conscious, and they're so not where they want to be, and they're just like eating themselves inside up from being so far behind you, who's doing what you want to be doing. It's 100% jealousy and someone being envious of them, wishing they were doing what you were doing. So my biggest piece of advice would be completely ignore them. Completely ignore them when it comes to stuff like that. You know, if you're working hard to see some goals like realised, and you're really putting the work in and the effort in, how can anyone discredit that? How can you discredit that? How can you not support that? I just don't understand. So we've got to understand though, guys, not everyone is going to be nice and not everyone's going to be supportive. That's part of life, and that is what it is, like standard. So my biggest piece of advice would be to just completely ignore them. Completely ignore them and don't give them any response. Don't reply. Just don't give them anything back. Let them do their thing. They'll find themselves eventually. They will find themselves, and they'll look back and they'll realise I was being a prick then. They will. Everyone does. I was, and I have done that. So I've been a dickhead, and I look back and I would never be like that again. So yeah, it happens. Honestly, don't worry about it. Okay, keep doing your thing, dude. I know you're coached as well by George. Hamza, yeah, I follow you on Instagram and you're really cool and you post, and I know George is an epic coach as well and he's doing a great job with you, so big shout out to you and George. Keep doing your thing, and yeah, just keep doing you, mate. Keep doing you, keep focusing on you. Like you're doing awesome, all right? So don't worry about anyone's negative thoughts or opinions. That's theirs, and again, that's just their insecurity shining through, so you don't really need to say anything. Just smile at your phone when you see something like that, and just, you kind of already won when people have to comment on stuff like that, okay? So next question. So this is from Aaron Thorley. So thoughts on blue light blockers. My thoughts are, I've never used a blue light blocker in my life, actually. Never used one. I know quite a lot of people do use them, but I've never used one in my entire life. I know, like I see on Instagram, I know AJ uses them, and obviously you guys would all follow AJ. If you followed me, you'll know who he is. He's very high up in the industry, very good, very well respected coach, bodybuilder. He's a great lad, one of my best friends, always will be. But blue light blockers, I've never used them, but from people's experience, apparently they're very good. I can see the benefits, obviously blocking out the blue light, which what I do is if I'm ever on my laptop late, I'll turn on the night mode setting on here, and I'll do the same thing on my phone, because I'm always on my phone. So that's what I'll do, and that usually does help in regards to brightness. But I've never used the blue light blockers. I've never used them. So recommendations, I can't give you them. I suggest go and ask AJ or Steve Hall or something, because I know they use them. But I'm pretty sure they've probably told you already. I assume just go on Amazon and just put in blue light blockers, and they'll come up. Let me know your thoughts. But I've never used them, so I can't give you my opinion on them. So Rachel MCC99. So thoughts on if it fits your macros versus basically whole food for an average gym goer. So this is a great question. So let's first off establish what if it fits your macros are. So if it fits your macros is a flexible dieting approach of pretty much what people's perspective of it is, eating whatever the fuck you want, so until you hit your protein, carbs, fats, calories. Now, I don't think that's that good of an idea. I really don't. I don't think that's smart. I think you're doing that. You're eating like a child. Essentially, if you're eating just shit all day just to hit your calories. Now, don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong here. You will get results doing that. 100%. When it comes to body composition and gaining weight or losing fat, you will get results. You will, 100%. But is it optimal? No way. So for someone who's really looking to maximize their gym performance, someone who's looking to maximize every ounce of their bodybuilding career or their lifestyle when it comes to improving their physique or anything like that, absolutely do not eat like a child. You eat shit all day and your sugar content's through the roof. There's nothing wrong with sugar, of course, but all in moderation, right? Like, I think post-workout, there's definitely a window of you being able to potentially utilize higher sugary foods, such as stuff like, for me, I love post-workout, I like to have like a cereal base. I really like Cheerios at the moment. So I usually have like 150 grams of Cheerios with like 30 grams of whey, and that's just perfect for me. Digestion's superb. And you're going to be slightly more insulin sensitive post-workout, obviously, because you've just trained. So, and most people will be having an intra-workout drink, which is pretty much a sugary drink anyway. No matter if you're having dextrin or highly branched cyclic dextrin, it is pretty much a sugary drink. So post-workout, I think there's a window of you being able to sort of get away with more, you could say processed foods. But 99% of the time, I think you should be eating good quality whole foods. You know, good quality sources of protein, carbohydrate, and fats. Stay away from the crap yeah. I think things like Halo Top they're fine. Like, I have them sometimes. I've had them during prep. But was it the best thing to do? Probably not. No. And this goes on to the question as well, like versus kind of whole foods. Whole foods 100% will win. Will trump everything 100% because the quality of the food's better. Digestion's going to be better. Like when you're eating shit, your ability to actually utilize the nutrients is going to be worse. Digestion's going to be worse. It's just not going to be smart, you know. Eating sugar and just crap all day just to hit your macros, your inflammation levels is just going to be through the roof, you know. Things like, I don't really monitor it, but things like blood glucose levels are probably just going to be out of whack, out of sync, and that's just not, like, we're talking about the nitty gritty things here and like stuff that's not really that important, but it can be to the people who take it really seriously. Does that make sense? So if you're coming back to the question, for an average gym goer, I would say you're probably fine to if it's your macros flexible dieting. But for someone who's looking to optimize every ounce of their day and wants to become the best bodybuilder they can, physique athlete, bikini athlete, bodybuilder, female bodybuilder, whatever the goal is, absolutely you cannot get away with eating shit all day. Just hit your macros. Absolutely not. So focus on eating good quality whole foods. Post-workout, there's a window for you to potentially have some more cereal-based stuff like Rice Krispie Square Bars, bagels, jam, honey, all that kind of jazz. But once you've had that, I think go back to the slow digesting carbohydrates, good quality proteins, you know, instead of a whey, foods that you can actually eat: chicken, turkey, etc., beef, lean beef, and then good quality fat sources, okay? Don't be eating shit just to hit your macros because it's not smart, so just don't do that, okay? So, another question, let me just get it up. So, opinions on supersets when training arms, more gains or just a better pump. So, supersets when training arms, why? Why just arms? Because you want to get a pump? You have mentioned because you want to get a better pump. But the thing is, guys, you know, are you going into your arm work? Is your arm work just pump? Like, are you just chasing a pump, or are you chasing good quality progressive overload? You know, getting your biceps and triceps stronger over a period of a mesocycle is absolutely key. Chasing a pump, you know, you'll get a pump by lifting good quality, like good weights with good contractions. Like, you'll get a pump. You know, going into doing a movement like a dip with like a good eccentric, with good eccentric loading on a dip. You know, you're gonna get a pump in your triceps. Like doing something like a pull up, which I think is probably one of the best bicep and back builders. Like if you're controlling the eccentric on a pull up and you're stretching at the bottom and you're coming all the way up, like that's gonna trump doing pump, fluff, shit, preacher, single arm curl work. You know, there's a place for the pump stuff towards the end of the session. So start off always the goal. First off, don't be doing an arm day. First off, never do an arm day because it doesn't make any sense. If you're when you train your arms, tag them on at the end. So I personally train 6 days per week. So I do like a push pull legs, push pull legs. So push is going to be triceps times 2. Pull is going to be biceps times 2. So I'm hitting biceps twice a week and triceps twice a week. I do anywhere from, you know, 9 to 12 sets per session. So we're looking at about 24 sets per week of biceps and triceps, which is reasonably high volume. And the brunt of the work is heavy progressive overload work. Like, you know, I'm going into those sets with the intent of progressing my logbook. Like just going into it chasing a pump, I think your arms will be poor. I think you're gonna lack development in your arms if the goal was pump. I really do, because at the end of the day we want to break down muscle fibers, and you know, getting a pump absolutely is advantageous for growing, for sure. Like utilizing the mechanism metabolic stress, you know, absolutely, yes, for sure. After your heavy compound, so after you've done a close grip, narrow grip, close grip bench or a dip, or a heavy dumbbell skull crusher, or a EZ barbell curl, a single arm dumbbell curl, or a heavy hammer curl with good contractions. After that, go onto your cables, go onto your you know, sets of 20, or go onto your muscle rounds, not muscle rounds, but go onto your rest pause work. You know, go onto your, you know, full, really, really slow eccentric work. Go onto, you know, 25 rep and stuff after you've done your heavy work. Don't fuck around wasting time going in and pumping shit up, because if you just focus on a pump, you're not going to respond unless you're a genetic elite, and then you may do. But is it the most optimal way of training, just focusing on a pump when it comes to arms? I'd say no. I'd say focus on progressive overload work over time. Get your biceps and triceps stronger in a multitude of rep ranges. Take your body weight up. Be consistent. Get a good rest. And that is all you need to do, and you will progress 100%. So let's have a look. We've got one more question here. 2 seconds. Let me just load it up. Where are we? So this is from Jacob Tidor. Advice on picking up, what does it say? Oh yeah, advice on picking up online clients. So good question. Picking up online clients, very good question. So advice. So I assume you're starting an online coaching business, or you want to start, or that's the goal to start. So say if you're starting from the ground up, I think you have to have a level of, you don't have to, but I obviously started off with a background of personal training, and that taught me a lot. That taught me how to talk, you know, communicate with people on a professional level. It taught me how to, you know, it taught me how to manage individuals. So now I'm in a position where I have a full coaching service. Like my coaching is pretty much stacked, you know. So I'm in a position now where I'm managing a lot of people, and as you get good at coaching over time, you have to be very good at managing. You have to be very good. So an example of this being, you know, everyone's different. So I can't say I have a client called James and I talk to him and I'm able to talk to him. I'm able to be like, he sends me a message and he's being a little bit of a pussy, and I'm able to be like, James, man the fuck up, mate. Get your cardio done. And I'm able to say that, right? And to some people, you definitely cannot say that. So you have to be able to manage very well. And growing up, going through a personal training route for 3 years, I learned extremely well. I worked with a diverse amount of people. So, you know, I work with 60-year-old people. I work with 20-year-old people, people my age, 35, 40. So your personality and how you come across and chat to them has to alter for every different person. So make sure that you just stay on top of that. It's very important. But my biggest piece of advice, if you're looking to build an online coaching business, would be take people on for free. So do free coaching. Offer. This is what I said to my client Miles a few months ago. I said he wanted to do it, and I said, cool. Well, what I would is taking on 3 to 5 clients for no cost at all. Now, you only do this once, never do it again. So for no cost, you never do it again. Okay, so get results with clients, take them on. Once you've taken them on, get testimonials from those clients, before picture, after picture. Get them to write a testimonial about you. Like whack that on your Instagram. Talk about your clients on your Instagram, and be consistent. Like, I'm not being funny, but you're going to have to be patient. You're going to have to be really patient, because the market is saturated for online. Everyone's an online coach now. Everyone. Their bias is online coach. That means they're online coach. Even the people who haven't got any clients or have never coached in their life, they're online coaches. So, so the market's saturated. So patience is going to be key here. But you'll get there. You will. 100% you'll get there if you're consistent. Like, I remember when I first started coaching last Feb, so almost a year ago next month. Well, yeah, next month. I remember I put a post out. I remember this, and I've still got 5 of these people now, which is fucking cool. So I remember I put a post out saying, like, I'm looking for, it wasn't even 3 services. It was just like 45% off or half price. I got like 10 inquiries within like 2 days. So I was like, whoa, I went from 0 to 10 clients in like no time. Now the goal from that was to just build incredible rapport with each and every one of them. Really good relationship. Like I said, I'm still coaching them now. Like, so fucking cool. Like, I've just got off some check-ins, and like my clients, some of my clients been with me for like 28, 30 weeks. Like, you're doing a fucking good job if you're able to make, if your clients want to stay with you for 30 weeks. Like, so be patient, take people on for free or very low cost, do a lot of stuff for free, be very, very, very present on social media, you know, get out of your comfort zone, you know, do stuff like what I'm doing now. I'm not really trying to like necessarily grow my coaching services. I just want to become more of a presence, you know, in the industry. My goal this year is complete growth from every angle. From a knowledge perspective, I want to become very much more knowledgeable in the industry, and I want to be smarter when it comes to bodybuilding and training and nutrition. I just want to be better, and hence why I'm you know, not trying my best, but I will be going to seminars this year to learn. I try to listen to podcasts, etc. So I'm just trying to improve every aspect, and I'm trying to just do more stuff that I've never done before. So stuff like this, stuff like my podcast with Louis. I'm releasing my website next month, mid-Feb. So stuff like that I never thought I'd be able to do, stuff I'm doing now. So I never thought that I'd get questions on here, and I never thought people would want to listen to my quite to the answers. Does that make sense? So I think patience, just be consistent, keep doing it. Even if you have a shit month, just keep doing it. Like prepare for quite a few months of very low income. You know, maybe there's going to be months where you make no money, but I guarantee you 100%, this is honest to God, if you put your mind to it and you want it, you will get it. I promise you, you will. You just will. You know, it's not easy for sure. Like, you can have months where you get no inquiries and you get no new clients and you're like, you question everything. But it's the people that stop and aren't consistent are the people that never progress and never get to that next stage. Like, you'll get there, just stay at it, okay? Promise, you'll get there. And that's pretty much it. I don't want to talk for any longer than 30 minutes, so it's just too long. So if you liked this, let me know. I'm going to really try and fix the fucking fuzziness, because it's really annoying me. And sorry for my extremely chubby face. I apologise. And yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Obviously, any more questions, let me know. And well, I'll do another one next week. So if you have questions in the meantime, fire them up, like DM me them on Instagram, and I'll print screen them and I'll put them in like a file, and then I'll go through them next week, okay? But I hope you've enjoyed this. Stay tuned for the one with me and Louis next week. I'm going to look to get like more people on my podcast, and I want to do like more interviews with like top level athletes. I want to get my goal. I want to get Jordan Peters on in the next few months. That's going to be fucking cool. I'm going to try and arrange that. That's one of my goals for the next month. I know he's extremely busy, so he's the kind of guy that I'd pay for his time to have on. I wouldn't give a shit about the price. I'd pay him because I'd love to have him on and love to have him answering questions, because he's unbelievable. I love Jordan. He's fucking cool. I love everything about him. I just find him motivating. Yeah, very motivating. Right, any questions, guys? Like I said, fire me over them on Instagram. I'll leave my Instagram in the comment section below. And yeah, we'll chat soon.